is going to be a very important aspect of your language learning. And you can do it for two purposes: reading just for the pleasure of reading, or reading to understand and to write a paper. Let's start with the pleasure part. The pleasure part is important because it will provide you with vocabulary, it will provide you with structures that you may not have learned in class, it will provide you with opportunities to immerse yourself in the language. So you want to vary your sources of reading. It can be newspapers, magazines, literature, social commentaries, blogs, your friend's Facebook. So you want to vary those so you have different styles, different words, different vocabulary, and it becomes fun. Reading doesn't have to be a challenge. It doesn't have to be difficult. It's also a great opportunity to practice your pronunciation or to review certain vocabulary. More importantly, you're often going to be asked by your teachers to read with a purpose because you're going to want to write an essay. If you're going to read with that purpose, you're suddenly going to start panicking because you're like, oh my God, I don't understand what this word means. I can't understand the meaning of the sentence. I cannot understand the whole paragraph. I cannot understand the book. Well, even when we read in our native language, there are often words that we don't actually master perfectly, but we use different strategies to overcome this. The first is to use context. Even in a target language, there's a lot of context that you can draw from to understand what is going on. You want to use similarity of languages. Now, of course, if you're learning Chinese from English, there may not be many, but all the Romance languages are built on similar roots. Use that. Use those prefixes. Use those suffixes that you're used to using. Use the roots that are Greek or that are Latin that you have seen. So that can help you overcome what you might perceive at first as a word you have never seen. Be careful though about false cognates. Those are always tricky. Try to see the big picture and slowly focus in to the individual trees rather than stopping on each tree in the forest. That will be important. The other thing is you're going to have questions posed by the professor. Read those questions, understand the questions so that you can read with a specific goal in mind the text. And you will want to read several times. You need to do that in your native language to understand the text properly. It's even more true in a target language. I would recommend you read once just for a general meaning. Then you start reading again to really start focusing on the key ideas. Read a third time, a fourth time, each time maybe focusing on one aspect of what the text is saying or the question is asking you. And once you start answering your questions, of course, verify that you are referring back to the text properly and that you're not drawing your own conclusions. So you have to read again the text to verify that your answers did correspond to what the text was saying. The more you read, the more comfortable you will be in the language. It's not something to forget.